What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, absolutely April, and I'm here for another review. I'm here for the Married to Medicine. I know you already see in the title, review on Married to Medicine. We're on episode 5, and the women are going to Vegas. So I am very excited to I won't say excited because this wasn't the best episode. I think it's the episode before another episode that's gonna give us, it's gonna be like some fireworks on the next episode. But it was a cute little episode. So if I was to rate it, I would probably rate it maybe a 6.5, 7. Comment down below on what you would rate Married to Medicine episode 5. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. I like to have interaction with my tribe. So definitely make sure you're commenting, and I'll do my best to comment to reply back. Also, I want to welcome my new subscriber. Hello, I'm so happy you all are here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. This is my little passion project, and I'm having a good time. So I want everyone to come in and have a good time with me. So I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. If you're here and listening to my review, come on, hit that subscribe button. It's totally free to subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification button so you'll know when I upload new content. I review Married to Medicine, Ready to Love, and Married at First Sight. And I probably am going to sprinkle in some little hot topics here and there when I have time. But yeah, we're going to start this out and talk about episode 5. So the episode started out with the men. They were still at the bar, and they were discussing the whole incident that happened with Kieran and Dr. Eugene. Now, honestly, the joke was funny. And I believe that Eugene got hurt was because it was true. I mean, if it was what he and Toya said, that it was something that they made $1 million on, I'd be like, the joke on y'all. I made $1 million. So hell, you can have all the moving companies you want. Like, there was no clap back or anything. So I feel like because of the joke, you felt bad because in a way the joke was maybe a little bit true. So I don't know. So the men are at the axe throwing place. I don't know what it's called, but they're at the axe throwing place. Kieran does apologize to Eugene, but then he throws in, but it was funny. So, Eugene is thinking it's like, yeah, that's a backhanded apology. Like, he said, I'm going to go with it, but then, whatever. So, Eugene, Kieran said, well, I don't have to joke. He said, I could be the dullest, MFer here. So then Eugene gets upset and like, don't call me an MFer. And I'm sitting in my mind, I was like, he didn't call you an MFer. Like, it was just like, they were not seeing eye to eye. Nothing was working out between these two. So it was very awkward because usually the men kind of see eye to eye. They don't get into the women with it. Some of them don't. They really don't get in. They usually get along for the most part. They don't really have beef amongst themselves. So Kieran is coming in and really throwing a wrench in what the guys had before, the camaraderie they had. So of course, Dr. Damon has to bring the wisdom and say, "Don't worry about the plank in your eye. No, what did he say? It was something. Don't worry about the speck in your own eye when. Don't worry about someone else's speck when you got a plank in your own eye." I think that's what he was trying to say. And he was like, women say some stuff about me and I just let it go. He was like, at first it used to bother me, but now he said, I don't get involved in the women stuff. So I guess he was a roundabout saying like, look, don't bring your wife drama into our circle. I think that's what he was trying to say. But also, maybe he was saying that Toya and Eugene need to worry about their own stuff. I don't know. Comment down below if y'all understood what Dr. Damon was trying to get at. Because it was kind of chopped and screwed for me, but Dr. Damon brings the wisdom, and I always appreciate his temperament. So Dr. Eugene and Kieran decide to just squash their beef, and they proceed to have at throwing contests. And it seems like it's all good. Now I did like when Dr. Heavenly, because she's one of my favorite on the show. She and Quiet, and she said, Dr. Damon always know how to hit his target. I was like, ew. But then I was like, okay. So I enjoyed that. Dr. Heavenly always, she brings the funny, she brings the drama. She really does come and put this show on her shoulders and really, carries along. So I appreciate Dr. Heavenly for doing that. I like Dr. Heavenly. I think she's a genuine person. I don't think her delivery always comes out right, but I follow her channel and she's always helping people, giving people. Not only does she come and review her show, but she also gives people knowledge on finances and real estate, so and dentistry. So I mean, at the I mean, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. Maybe she shouldn't talk about her cast so much, or maybe the girls that she knows has her back, like Quad and Jackie and Audra. Maybe even Anila, because Anila kind of has her back as well. So maybe I wouldn't go as hard on them, and just save the the harshness for the girls I don't get along with, or who always got something to say about me. I don't know. Candy does it. I mean, she doesn't go as hard as Dr. Heavenly, but she has. I think Dr. Heavenly has to find that middle ground, like Candy, and still be able to review a show, but not really get into the mud. But I think that's why we watch Dr. Heavenly, to get the drama. So I don't know. It's if they're truly your friend and they don't like it, I think you should stop. But if you don't have a relationship, or if that's just your coworker, then have at it. So it goes to Mason and Quad, and Quad and Mason are talking about him dropping his phone in water. And Quad said, "Did you do it on purpose to see if it would be waterproof?" And so Mason, and his cute little chubby self, he says, he got to make his little face. He is definitely, I love Mason. He's so cute. He's adorable. He just has a great personality. So I enjoy seeing him when he comes on the scene. Also, Toya and her boys, she's telling her boys that one day they're going to date a woman like their mother. And they kind of like, oh God. Well, if they do date a woman like their mother, they better be making some money so they can take care of her. That's what I would recommend. Dr. Heavenly arrives at Dr. Jackie's office to give her a plate of lettuce, because it looks like she came, Dr. Dr. Heavenly has sushi, and I think Dr. Jackie said she didn't eat sushi, but whatever she gave Dr. Jackie, to me, it just looked like a plate of lettuce with some tomatoes, and she had like maybe a side of chicken, grilled chicken. And so I was like, Dr. Jackie is a health. She's very, very conscious about her health. So I wasn't surprised, but I couldn't have survived off that. Um, so Dr. Simone ends up showing up to the office where Dr. Heavenly is. And at first, Dr. Heavenly did not seem to be amused by Simone's presence. So after that, and Simone also seems to be caught off guard. So they're both looking like, what's she doing here? But Dr. Jackie has something, in the works where she wants to get the Golden Girls together and have a trip for all of the ladies. Simone says she'd rather Dr. Jackie focus on the duo and not try to do the trio. But I think at the end of the day, honestly, I think that Simone is just really, like she said, she want her to focus on the duo. Dr. Simone is, um she wants to be Dr. Jackie's like one and only like good friend. And I think that she just does not want Dr. Jackie to get close with Dr. Heavenly for whatever reason. I think you can have more than one friend. Um, but it's just, I don't know. To me, it seems more drama than it has to be. It does. I don't feel like it has to be this bad between them. I think they could all get along, but I really think Simone is a little jealous. Um, hmm. Heavenly tells them that she has been on her apology tour, so she has went to apologize to Toya. She apologized to Quad. We saw that in the last episode where she apologized to Quad, and she went to Toya's house. She said she reached out to Dr. Contessa. Contessa did not pick up the phone. And Contessa says the reason why she didn't pick up the phone because she didn't really want to hear what Dr. Heavenly had to say. She said, she didn't want to get into it with her. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened with that. Heavenly says she feels the trip would be a hot mess, which it probably will with these ladies. Um, so and Dr. Jackie tells them to make sure they bring their workout clothes. Dr. Jackie gonna get a good workout in. Chat. Dr. Jackie is really concerned about health and if you're overweight and stuff. I don't know. I feel like Jackie kind of teeters on the. I think she teeters on fat shaming a little bit, in my opinion. And maybe it's just all fun to her, but I think she teeters on the line of fat shaming. And so if she was my OBGYN, that probably would be a turnoff for me, to be quite honest. Now the next scene goes to Anila, and she's bringing her kids to Dr. Kieran's office, and they have pizza because Anila says she's just overwhelmed with having two kids, that she can't make dinner, so she has to bring pizza. She also brings Dr. Kieran a big bottle of bourbon. And he says, like, I don't know really what I can do with this inside the office. And I'm like, yeah, like, I can't, like, I don't want to go to my doctor and there is a showcase of a big bottle of bourbon in my doctor's office. So I don't know if Anila really thought that through. But yeah, so she brings that to Dr. Kieran, and she's telling Dr. Kieran how she has been overwhelmed since Ms. Gomez left. Avir has not been getting his pinto beans. His daughter is just sad. And Anila says she's just overwhelmed. So Kieran, being logical, he was like, okay, well, let's start interviewing some new nannies. And Anila immediately shoots that down, like, I just don't want anybody around my kids and blah, blah, blah. And then she comes up with the bright idea to bring her mother and father to live with her. Now, Dr. Kieran and Anila's mom, they tend to butt heads. And I do understand that, I don't know if it's just like all fun, tongue in cheek type things, but if he really, gets annoyed with her mother, I think Anila has to kind of pump the brakes on that, because nobody wants to come to your house and you feel like you have to walk on eggshells in your house, or somebody's always nitpicking, and this is your house where you pay the bills. Come on, Anila, like, you got to make sure your marriage is intact. So if you need to go and find something where you have a daycare to take your kids to, a private daycare. I mean, with all the money that they have, I know that there are other options outside of just having her mother and father come live with her. Like, it's something else out there. I just know it. When you have money, you have resources. So come on, Anila. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I think it's gonna make great TV. I do know that. So the next if goes to Contessa meeting with her trainer. And her trainer is talking to her about her diet. She's saying she's addicted to sweets. And of course, Layla seems to always seem to walk in when her trainer is there. So I don't know if she is sent by Dr. Scott to spy or to break things up to make sure that nothing happens. But Layla seems to always be conveniently around when the trainer is there. And she says that she's upset. She tells the trainer she's upset with him because he threw away her Halloween candy. So, and if I was a child, I would be upset too. So I feel you. I feel Layla on that. Honestly, Contessa, I like Contessa, but really you don't have a storyline. If we don't hang your hat on this whole fitness contest, I would be worried about my position next season, Dr. Contessa. I really would, because I mean, I feel like it was smart of you to pick a fight with Dr. Heavenly, so that might be your saving grace. But if all you had was this trainer business, I don't know if you would be making it to next season, because that I'm like, when I see that whole scene, I'm just like, womp womp. So that's how I feel about that. Where are we? So Audra comes to Dr. Heavenly's house as she's getting ready to go to Vegas and pack up for Vegas. So they are having discussions about what has transpired, because Audra was in Ghana with her husband and their family. So she's coming in to get the tea because she says she's heard some rumors. So, Dr. Heavenly is telling, Audra how she's really sad and broken up, like legitimately sad and broken up about the beef between her and Contessa, because she never saw it coming. She felt blindsided. Like, she went over to the girls that she's not cool with to team up with them to, really jump on her. So yeah, she's really was sad and broken up. And I can feel the authenticity, and genuineness from Dr. Heavenly. I really feel like she's hurt. And I really hate that this had to happen, because I enjoyed their friendship. And I think, Contessa, if you are a friend, like Dr. Heavenly said on her live, when Quad has an issue, Quad calls Dr. Heavenly herself, and she doesn't wait till the cameras are rolling to pick a fight. So I think that Dr. Contessa should be doing that as well. She really should. If I cared about the friendship, I'd be like, girl, what the heck is going on? And I wouldn't wait. If as soon as it has been posted, I probably would have said something instead of waiting, 5 months or so, whatever Dr. Heavenly said. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't have did that. And I feel like Dr. Heavenly is right in that. So the ladies get ready to go to Vegas. Contessa says she isn't excited about the trip because of the beef between her and Dr. Heavenly. The ladies arrive at the airport. Everybody is nice and dressed up. They look cute. When I go to the airport, I'm not dressed up like these ladies. I am wearing some type of, cute little sweatsuit. I mean, I'm not looking like a bum, but I'm wearing like a sweatsuit and comfortable shoes, because, you walking in the airport. I don't have time to be walking in heels, around the airport. I just don't. So, and Atlanta's airport is huge. So I'm not wearing heels. Comment down below if y'all dress up like that to go to, get on flights and stuff. I'm just not do that. Maybe I need to step it up. You never know who you might meet. Um, hmm. Dr. Contessa she's late, but she gets there in time. Jackie does let them know that she could only secure 7 rooms. And so, since Heavenly is going through some type of menopause and needs to room cold, she's going to room with Simone. Now, Dr. Heavenly quickly clocks it and says in her confessional, she knows it's because if she would have picked Heavenly, Dr. Simone's ego would have, there would have been a blow to Dr. Simone's ego, and Dr. Jackie didn't want to deal with it. And I totally agree with Dr. Heavenly. It would have been a whole different trip had Dr. Jackie had Dr. Jackie chose Dr. Heavenly. But maybe they could have drew straws and it would have been fair, and it wouldn't have been like she was choosing. You know what I'm saying? So then we go to where Toya is shading Audra and Anila for having on like those little, you know, onesies or unitards and stuff. She kind of shades them like, is that what they got on? Um, so immediately I know that Anila and Audra is going to have issues with Toya, or vice versa. Toya's going to have issues with them. It appears like Toya has an issue with them. Audra definitely likes to twerk. She is very reminiscent of Quad. So yeah, I see the similarities with them. When they get to the hotel, the ladies toast to a wonderful trip. Jackie and Simone get the presidential suite to Dr. Heavenly's surprise. She said, "Had I would have known it was the presidential suite, it would have made it. This would have made a difference." So I'm with Dr. Heavenly on that. Like, why you didn't say it was the presidential suite? They keep, but Simone, she's happy that it has worked in her favor. So I'm just like, Dr. Heavenly just gonna have to eat that, especially if she just want peace on this trip. Simone and Heavenly, they hug it out and and stuff, and it looks like they're on at this point on a good foot. But of course, Dr. Heavenly calls Simone a flip flopper. So we don't know whichever the wind blows with Dr. Simone. We don't know where they're gonna be at the end of this trip. Um, Now, Contessa just talked to her trainer about eating right. She had a specific diet she was supposed to stick to. She already get there, and once they get the food, she already eat mashed potatoes, so that diet is out. I mean, I don't even know why she tried it on this trip. I think she should have just, I'll wait till I come back and hit it hard. That's what I would do. Of course, when you get together, the ladies have to play Never Have I Ever, and Heavenly said it just doesn't seem like the right time to talk to Contessa, because Contessa was really kind of harping on, you got to be transparent, you got to be I don't know if these ladies could be transparent, I don't know if we should play this game. So you could just tell, like, she still has some rah-rah energy. So Dr. Heavenly definitely was smart and just like, I'm just gonna let her have it, I'm gonna stay clear of her, which is very smart. um Toya gets annoyed because they're playing a drinking game and Dr. Jackie don't drink. But everybody don't drink, Toya. You can't make people drink. Like, that's just, first of all, it's rude. So it's kind of, let Dr. Jackie do Dr. Jackie. But it feels like Toya is more annoyed with that. Everybody seems to make concessions for Dr. Jackie. I think the root of it was jealousy, in my opinion. Um, So Audra sticks up for Dr. Jackie, and Toya immediately bites her head off and says, "You are not even a good lawyer. Toya, don't come for people's jobs. I mean, you're a housewife, an influencer. She is just getting into her practice. Like, that's not how we do it. Like, you don't even know this lady. So how you gonna say she's not a good lawyer? And then she's a real estate lawyer. She's not a trial lawyer. So she's not really having to defend Dr. Jackie, to show how good a lawyer, by her defense of Dr. Jackie, that doesn't show how good of a lawyer is. But she's a real estate attorney. Now, if you want to talk to her, which you probably need to talk to her about real estate, then that's probably where you would find out if she's a good lawyer or not. But hold on, I have a suspicion that Audra is going to really let Toya have it about that. And especially Toya, people in glass houses should not throw stones, especially real estate glass houses, to a real estate attorney. Toya, that's not smart. So then Audra defends herself and, says she is a good attorney. And as they're playing Never Have I Ever, the threesome question comes up, and Dr. Contessa says she never had a threesome. But everybody seems to feel like Dr. Contessa is a big old freak and that she has. So I don't know. At least Quad and Heavenly thought that. So they really think Contessa is lying about that. I don't know, Contessa girl. Let us know if you did you have a threesome? I don't know. They asked about cheating on their boyfriend. Almost everybody drinks. Um, Quad is, telling people that she gets a lot of penis pics and she don't understand in her DMs. She doesn't really like that. Contessa also says that women and men solicit her in her DMs. So I mean, I don't know. Would you solicit Dr. Contessa in your DMs? I don't know. Contessa is a beautiful woman. I like Contessa. I think she's probably one of the prettiest ones on the show. I think all of them are beautiful, but if I had to choose one, I would probably go with Contessa. So I don't know, but I don't know if I would be soliciting her. I mean, I don't swing that way either, but to each their own. So basically what happened in a nutshell. Like I said, I gave this about a 6.5, maybe 7. It wasn't really anything that the ladies going to the to getting ready to go to Vegas. The men hash out their differences, and that's pretty much the whole show. So tell me what you think. What are your thoughts about the ladies are married to medicine? How do you think the season is going so far? Are you team Heavenly? Are you team Contessa? Are you team Simone? Well, it seems like Heavenly is against everybody. So are you on Dr. Heavenly's team? Are you on everyone else's team? We'll see. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next, because it seems like Audra is going to really, give Toya what she's looking for, because it seems like Toya is looking for a fight. So, yeah. And also, make sure y'all check out Dr. Heavenly's live. She usually goes live after the show, and she gives a lot of backstory. So, it would be, you if you want to get some more on what's going on with Married to Medicine behind the scenes, check out Dr. Heavenly's her I wanted to call it a podcast, but her review on YouTube, and she kind of goes into detail about what happened, her feelings about everything. So it's pretty entertaining to watch, because definitely Dr. Heavenly is entertaining anyway. So yeah. So that's it. I hope everyone is having a beautiful, wonderful day. Continue to subscribe to my channel, comment, hit the notification button, share my video. I want to get more subscribers as I get, into this reviewing world and blogging world. So yeah, this is me, absolutely April. I'm so appreciative of all my subscribers, and I can't wait to meet my new subscribers. So y'all have a beautiful and wonderful day. And as always, be blessed.